Well, hello there, chaps. Today we're going to be taking a look at Skies Above the Great War. This is a game by Punti Games, the same guys that made Roma Invicta. In fact, it's made by a single guy, so I really have a lot of respect for these kinds of games. And if you enjoy these indie titles being featured on the channel, make sure to like and comment. Also, consider taking a look at the Patreon link down below to help the channel out. That being said, today we're going to jump in and actually take a look. Now, I wanted to initially jump into the quick battle screen just to kind of show you guys how this works. You can, of course, choose your side, either the French or the English, or, of course, the German squads. Today, I am going to be taking one of the German squads, and we're going to be flying an Albatross DV. But you can see, like, look at all of the different planes you can actually select from. I think this is just fantastic. You can also go ahead and select average pilots or advanced pilots for your enemy, depending on what sort of challenge you want. And of course, you can select from many different squadrons. Now let's jump right in here, and we are going to start a battle. Oh, sorry, let me make sure it's select. Yep, there we go. And of course, you've got different air bases where you can take off from, but this is going to let you know specifically which one you're taking off from. And what we want to do is we want to select our unit, and we want to go ahead and begin a battle here with these British planes. Now you can see you can actually control, oh my goodness, that was nearly a crash. And yes, this game has pretty good physics. So if you crash into something, it is going to splinter into a million pieces. At this point, we want to spot those British planes. I believe we are spotting them already. You can actually see the explosions taking place on the front there as well. And you can use this button, the sightlines button, to get a look and see exactly where the enemy is. You can also, as you can see, switch between planes as you so choose. And of course, take control of them depending on where they are within your squadron. So for now, we're really just going to look for those Brits and take them on. They will appear soon, but as you can expect, especially in a war setting, the enemy can be quite elusive. All right, let's take a look here. I believe we may have spotted one. Here we go, boys. Nope, that's one of our own. Thank goodness we missed that shot. I thought that seemed a bit odd. The enemy's going to be a little farther out, I believe. So let's get closer and see if we can't find them. Okay, guys. So now if we look, we can actually see enemy planes closing in. I didn't want to mess around too much with this plane because, of course, we could miss attacking the other planes. I believe there's going to be another one right there. And that is what we are going for. You can use that sort of eye, all-seeing eye, to let you know which planes are enemy. And the enemy planes will show up with a red outline. I'm not sure if that's the case with advanced AI difficulty. Oh, they're going into the clouds. I don't like that one bit. We're going to switch to another plane here. You can see the weather, all of those patterns are really well done. Switch again to another one, and I believe that is going to be, yep, that's going to be an enemy plane for sure. Let's take them down. Now, the actual campaign is going to be far more advanced than this. Oh, you can see we took a hit there. So did the enemy planes, though. And we're going to try to get additional hits here. And once again, getting a shot on the plane. I believe he's going down. I want to make sure, though. The campaign actually allows you to focus on having an air base, focus on training your different pilots. Oh! We hit him again. Hit him again. As you can see, though, we are taking hits too. We took one of the actual wings off. That should be enough to take him out. But as you can see, we are all shot up as well. And that often happens with these fights. You will come out badly shot up. In fact, I think this guy may end up going for a crash, but we are going to continue the fight. As you can see, you can also take a look at the amount of fuel we have left, as well as the pilot flying the plane. And over time, your pilots will gain a certain level of experience and knowledge, depending on, of course, the kind of battles they end up getting into. You can see, yep, that's definitely one of the enemies. We're going to try to go for him. Always attacking from above is a good approach. There we go. I will say, though, our engine has been quite damaged. We can also see up there on the top the amount of enemy planes that there are. And, of course, that's going to determine just how many we have to face in these battles. Still chasing that one guy. Let's go for it, guys. The ultimate attack here. We've got a lot of enemy planes coming for us. I'm amazed we haven't been downed yet. Although I'm fairly sure that that one plane we went after has to have gone down at this point, taking off one of the top wings. Though I'll let my plane enthusiasts let me know if that's the case. All right, I think you guys got an idea here of the dogfights. And now I am going to take a look at the campaign, just so you guys get a view of that. I think it adds a whole nother level of depth to the actual game, and really makes it an interesting one, and one that you can quickly pick up, much like Roma Invicta. Very similar in the way I like both of these Punti games, where you can pick these up very, very quickly. Obviously, there is a learning curve, but it's not substantial. Oh! You bastard tried to get me, and this guy tried to get me too. You can see that the enemy plane AI is not bad at all. So, of course, Skies Above the Great War has a campaign feature, and you get to select between an allied campaign or a Central Powers campaign. We're going to go ahead and select the allies, just because why not? You know, or the Entente, pardon me. I know someone's going to get me on that, because why not? We want to kind of see how it works. And something I love is you've got an initial kind of newspaper clipping here, which lets you know kind of how the war is going. In our case, it's the Daily Mirror. If you are, of course, working with the Germans, it's going to be a different newspaper. The aim of the game is to positively influence the progress of the war, and the military leadership will regularly assign you missions that you have to fulfill. As you can see over here, we have different squadron bases. Each of these will have a different amount of pilots and or planes within them. And you can see we've got French and English. Obviously, if you're going to be playing with the Germans, you're going to have German planes. You can actually go ahead and play the entire game with a mouse, but if you want to, you could even use a gamepad, which is kind of cool. I think it's an interesting touch here. And of course, zooming in is an option. As you can see here, we have a reconnaissance mission we have to do. And so that will pop up on the actual map, letting you know exactly where you need to go and by what time. There's another reconnaissance mission up here as well. And there's also a bunch of other missions, including bomber missions, photography missions, and dogfights that you need to carry out. Now, if you go into manufacturing, you can actually see different forms of manufacturing. And we actually have a aircraft factory used for research here, to unlock additional planes, things of that nature. And yes, it's not just fighters, it's all sorts of different planes. We've also got this aircraft manufacturing company, Airco. We've got Newport, which is another aircraft manufacturing company, and so on and so forth. So if you like the Sopwith Camel, you might want to go with Sopwith manufacturers. Now over here, we've got pilot training. That's right. So pilot training for each individual pilot. And is that the man himself? Okay, that looks like somebody from history. I think you guys can let me know in the comments below. But in any case, the interesting thing here is you can, of course, put pilots in training, and you can have trainers. And each of these are going to have different flying skills, as well as different fighting skills. And just like any good World War I air game, there are medals attributed. So, you know, if somebody does quite well in a dogfight, takes out enemy planes, things of that nature, they will get a medal, which I think is just such a cool addition there. As for the stock, these are the additional planes you have in case you lose some planes. And believe me, if you play this game, you will lose planes. So it's just kind of par for the course. It's going to happen. If you need to, you can also build a new airfield. So you just click that and toggle where you want to build it. Right now, we have no need to actually do that, but it's something that we could do, of course, if we wanted. Just a really cool game. And the way you're going to toggle time here is just to go up here. You can increase game speed or decrease it or pause it, etc. And if you just select your individual squadrons here, you can see that some of them are going to have heavy bombers, some of them are going to have fighters, etc. And you can, of course, send them out to do a mission if you need to. So you go ahead and start the mission, have them sent out, and as you can see, we already have a group that is ready to be sent wherever we want. You simply right click and it's going to start heading there. Watch your fuel, of course. You're going to want to do that. You want to make sure you don't go out there without any fuel. That could cause problems. But this is just kind of the nature of the game itself. Like I said, I'm really enjoying it. Despite looking fairly complex, it's actually fairly simple for what it presents. And especially with games like The Few, I know The Few is a World War II game, but I miss games like that. And The Few hasn't been getting updates for so long. And this is far deeper than The Few, but has a very similar feel to it in terms of having to micromanage each of the squadrons, complete the missions, and of course, progress the war effort. These tiny units right here represent the infantry that are fighting on the battlefield. And actually, once you get out to the battlefield, I think you actually saw that in that small dogfight, that you will see the infantry fighting each other. You will see bombardments going on each side. You'll also see towns and things of that nature, rivers. Everything is included. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay video. Again, just to give you a short explanation of what the game is and kind of what it entails. And I definitely recommend you guys check this one out. It is currently on Steam. I think it's only been out for a couple of days or a few days, and definitely worth picking up if you can. Again, I don't make any cash off of these gameplay videos, so if you would be so kind as to join the channel or become a Patreon member, I greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, please make sure to like, leave a comment, and share with your friends. Thanks so much, guys. Take care and have a fantastic, I almost said magnificent, a fantastic, magnificent day. Take care, my friends.